With administrators on edge about another sea tempest, the U.S. House on Friday morning sent President Donald Trump a $15.25 billion guide bundle to manage harm from Hurricane Harvey, and to support government crisis assets that might be required in the near future for Florida and different states that could be hit this end of the week by Hurricane Irma. USA Country Security Guide Tom Bossert talks amid a public interview at the White House on September 8, 2017 in Washington, D.C. Senate's best Democrat of consummation, the requirement for Congress to intermittently raise the USA obligation roof, a day in the wake of shocking kindred Republicans by striking a noteworthy obligation breaking point and going through manage the restriction party. The guide measures recently the primary portion in government spending that could match or surpass the $110 billion elected reaction after Hurricane Katrina in 2005, however future guide bundles might be all the more difficult to pass. Moderate Republicans were disturbed that Trump cut the debacle and obligation manage Democratic pioneers with no balancing spending cuts. The bill now goes to the House for last congressional endorsement, despite the fact that it confronts restriction from House moderates who customarily support strict controls on government spending. He shielded the arrangement and Trump. The bill's $15.25 billion in crisis subsidizing incorporates $7.4 billion for the Disaster Relief Fund at the Federal Emergency Management Agency, $450 million for the Small Business Administration's Fiasco Advance Program and $7.4 billion for the Community Development Block Grant Program at the Department of Housing and Urban Development. The bill expands U.S. obtaining expert and assets the national government until December 8, and arranges for crisis alleviation subsidizing similarly as Florida props for an immediate hit from Hurricane Irma, which has just been rebuked for 17 passings over the Caribbean. For a long time, individuals have been looking at disposing of obligation roof by and large, and there are a considerable measure of good motivations to do that, Trump told columnists. So unquestionably that is something that will be talked about, Trump included. Congress on Friday sent President Donald Trump a huge bundle of $15.3 billion in a fiasco help connected to an expansion in the country's getting specialist that irritated preservationist Republicans who murmured and booed senior organization authorities dispatched to Capitol Hill to protect it. "You can't simply continue getting cash," said Republican Congressman Jeff Duncan of SC. "You can't simply have one gathering represent. We will be $22 trillion underwater." President Donald Trump began Friday with a progression of tweets on one of his most incessant themes of feedback, the administrative delay. Delegate Bill Flores, a Republican gathering together votes in favor of the arrangement, said his check of gathering individuals meaning to vote yes on the enactment didn't look great. The meeting's members did not state whether they would try to annul the top or return to a routine with regards to program bills fixing to Congress affirming its yearly spending plan, the sources said. Schumer said on Thursday he trusted the meeting was a beam of seek after the two gatherings meeting up on the enormous issues. Newburgh Gazette.